Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Carnation Crafts TV. We're going to jump straight in and look at our brand new collection in the showroom collection. Now, you can see how lovely this collection, a big collection, you're getting big dies in there. So you've got your card base, your card shape to start off with. You can see there you've got that lovely like window style in the center, and then those two panels on the side will fit either side of the panel. Now we have gone through this a couple of times during the shows yesterday and today. You can put those together in so many different ways. Obviously there is a way that it was designed to be used, which I think we did that way the very first show. So if you want to go back and watch that, but we have covered it in every show, doing it in different ways. It just makes an incredible card. You've got your flowers there. You can see you've got your mister, your pots. You've got lots on there to go with. But he's also mentioning as well, you can have a look on the website, and we do have lots of inspiration from the DT on there too. And then if we go further down, you'll see we've got our birds. You've got your perches there. So you can really add these into your scenes. They could be sat on the flowers, up at the window. You can just build the scenes very easily with them. You've also got your sentiments in here. So you've got your three sentiments. You've got the mats for them as well. So you can really bring them to the front of your cards. And then you've also got your treasures as well. So you've got that clock, that trinket box, grounding elements in there as well. So you've got everything to build and compose your cards. That really lovely. The artwork on these is amazing as well. We'll quickly mention before we go through the boards, we've also got on the show our Botanical Lake collection. Now these frames, you can see you've got your rectangle, your square, and your oval. They've got a petal panel in them, and they're so incredibly detailed. But what I love about these is you can put them together how you want them to come. So, like, you can leave the petal panel out, or you can use the petal panel on its own. You can cut the frame, or you can just use the frame. There's so many different ways that you can mix and match these together, because depending on what bits you leave in, what bits you take out, you're going to get a different effect every time. So they're so usable and such a lovely one to have with other collections as well, because it is a floral design. So think of all those collections that you have flowers in that you can mix these in with. They're going to work perfectly. Then we do also have the coordinating perfect papers. So you can see the in the showroom perfect papers. You've got that lovely green, purple, blue, and the like orange and cream in there. Lovely colours, all obviously pulled out from the artwork. So they're going to coordinate perfectly with patterns as well. So we'll go through the boards so you can see exactly what all the dies look like. So we've got the card shape to start off with. So you can see you've got that window, you've got all of the matte layers on here. You've got those side pieces with matte layers as well. You've got the pop-up elements on the bottom as well, plus the tabs to go across the front of your cards. And then we've got our flowers. So you've got your foliage, you've got your flowers in there, you've got the pots, the mister, the jar, you've even got the soil to add in as well, to add in as grounding elements if you want. Even the little like plant sign that you can add in. So you can put little sentiments on there or numbers. And then we've got our birds on the board. You can see you've got the perches there that you can bring in and add those in, the little flower pot as well. So the birds look stunning. When you cut them out yourself and have them at home, they look absolutely amazing. Plus your little trinkets, you got that little trinket pot there. You can cut the lid off that as well, so it'll look as if it's just like a box, or you can pop the lid on top. You've got the clock there as well, plus the sentiments. You've got your three sentiments: celebrating you, sunshine, smile, and joyful wishes. Lovely font on them with the mat as well. And then you've got the frames as well. So this is the square, the paneling on these, they're so intricate. They look absolutely amazing. I love the design on them, and they're just so easy to use as well. They've got the easy app, just snip lines around the frames. So if you want to cut those frames up, and use them on their own or matte and lay them on top of here, you can absolutely do that. The oval as well. So I love that you've got them in different shapes, the different size as well. The sizes are perfect card based sizes as well. So you can absolutely use these for all of your card shapes, your matte layers. They're going to work perfectly. Right. Now, I'm going to start off with the card shape. Um, Now, like I said, I have gone through it. We've done a couple of demos now using the card shape, and we have done them um how the card was intended, and we've done some, using just this as a card, and we've mixed them up in different ways, which is what we're going to do now. And this one is going to be like a little bear with one. Okay. Okay. Right, so what we're going to do is we are going to, so we've got two of these. Okay, so that center part, you're going to cut two of these out, and you can see you've got the panel in the center. Now you can go in and snip these if you want to. You've got those little snip lines, or you can add in the window for these as well. So I've cut out two of these. So we've got two panels and two panels with the windows on. Okay. Right. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to cut out the side panel. Okay. And I'm just trying to see if I've. So when you've cut the side panel out, which is the bit that with the that will go over there, you've got the tab parts that are next to them. So the bits that you fold up to make. Now I've cut them up, so I've only got three. Okay, you can see that. Okay. Right, now what we're going to do with this is we're going to stick that there like that. Okay, so just going to have that little gap. So just a bit of red liner tape, and we're going to stick this together. Yeah, do message in if you've got any questions. Or I know we did get some messages in the earlier show. Some people were actually waiting for theirs to get delivered. Some people have had theirs delivered. Let us know. Or maybe you're just, the weather's not too great at the minute. Maybe you're inside crafting along with us. Let us know what you are up to. Right, so that is going to stick like that. Okay. Right, and then we're going to get another one. So exactly the same. You just cut in the tab off. So you're just left with these three. The score lines are obviously built into the die, so you don't need to worry about trying to score anything. So I always try and think of different way of using bits like this, because they're so easy to use because you've got your score lines and everything built in for you. So that then is going to go on there like that. And then we're going to put another one then on this side. Oh no. Maybe you. Well, I'm only sticking these bits on, so you've seen. Right, let's pop this on there. And then this one is gonna go on like that. So essentially I'm just carrying, like I'm just going around the whole thing. Yeah. So Bunny was just like, oh, you're making like a little box. Right. So now this same thing. So I find it easier just to line up where that score line is. So as soon as you join up where the score line is, just push it down. Now, like I said, if I was doing this at home, I would use wet glue. Speed, I'm just using red liner tape. Now you could have it like that as a card, or you can actually, if I just fold that bit a bit more, have it so it stands up Like, and it made me think of like, like a little garden house, like a little conservatory or something. Or obviously you could have it like that, so it just looks like almost like a double window. So you got different options with it. Now I'm going to leave it down like that for a minute, just so we can obviously decorate it. So let's grab our next layers. So I've got the layers then from the die. So I'm going up to our next layer in the set. And that is going to go on there. So I'm using the lovely green. This is in the solid from the Perfect Papers. I do really love this color green. And then let's do the other side while we're on them. So we've got the two of these. Oh, do you know what I've just thought as well would be really nice? If you kept it like that, so it was like a little box, you could put tiny lights around the inside. So then the tiny lights come from through, like through the window. Ah, oh my gosh, yeah. I love how into it you've got after Christmas. So I've just done this and I said about the tiny lights, and then Bunny's just said, "Oh, that would look so Christmassy." And then she was like, "Oh, you could put the 3D Christmas tree inside." So the 3D Christmas tree is like you can see it through the window with the tiny lights. The whole of like September, October, you were like, "No, I'm not talking about Christmas. I'm not talking about Christmas." And now it's January. You're like, "Oh, Christmas." Ah. And do you know what it is, Bunny? I think you're becoming like a crafter's mind now, because we think about Christmas all the time. So I think you're like slowly becoming like a crafter's mind now. Or either that, or you've just heard me go on about Christmas so much now you're just getting on board. Right, so we've got our matte layers there that are going to go on top. So we've got that card that will pop out like that. Now, obviously, because this is going to pop out, you can now, obviously, you've got the option now. You can have it so it's going to stay like that, or you can have it so it will pop out. Now, I'm going to do it so it's going to kind of pop out a bit. So, what I need to do is this panel that is in the middle, when this pops out, that bit is flush. Obviously, these are going to be at an angle. So, I'm going to stick the sentiment there, so that will be like the center point, but then that's going to stick to the panel on the inside there. So let's grab a bit of glue. Just put a bit of glue on my hand. Now I've got Joyful Wishes that I've cut out in the same This is Blush Natural that I've used with the Perfect Paper, which will be on the website. So you can have a look on there. And then I've used obviously the Perfect Paper again for the mat for this. So that's just going to sit on there like that. So you've got your mat, and then I'm going to pop that there. I'm just going to leave that there for a second because I want to put the other bits in first. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of build these two sides kind of the same. So I'm going to get my flower pot, and we're going to pop this in that center part. Now, I think this looks so different and detailed already. And bear in mind, we haven't even used the detail to go across these windows either. All we've done is just use the mats and layers. Yeah, we haven't used the paneling design either, and they still really do stand out. So I've got my leaf. I'm just going to give that a bit of shape. And I'm going to just pop that there like that. And then I've got some other leaves. So just bringing the off foliage in. And then that's going to go there. Shall I fill that up there, I think? So I'm going to leave the stem on this. One of the things that's nice about these flowers is how long the stems are. So you can have them, you can have them quite tall. So even if you want them still coming out of the pot, you can mix and match these up. So we'll put that one, just make sure it's stuck on something. And then one of our flowers. Put that there. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side, and I'm going to replicate it. So, and obviously we can do this because we can flip things as well. So we can have them going in opposite directions. So I'm going to put that there, like that. And then that's going to come up like that. I do quite like that sentiment there in the middle, but obviously I need something for it to stick to. Yeah, you can just mix them up anywhere, can't you? And then, so if I pop that, now I would absolutely leave this to fully dry. Oh, have I gone fuzzy? Yeah. Have you got it? No. Oh, oh. So you can see it's like making that like box design. So you got that there. Ah. Right, let's have a look through some of the design team samples so you can see what they have got up to with this. Because I do think it's so nice to see the design team samples because they do a lot. Right, so you can see this is a lovely one because it's showing you how you can use the card. That's the last centerpiece as the window. You can actually use it as like an aperture card instead. So you can just cut that piece out and use that centerpiece as a card. Bring in the frames in. I love the idea of actually stamping on that like bottle. And you've got the flowers there coming out of the trinket box with the little perch there for the bird. The artwork on the bird, they stand out on every card. Oh, is it? Oh, so Bunny's just said the bottle is supposed to be a perch for the birds. I did think it was for the birds to sit on, but I didn't realize it was an actual like thing the birds sit on. Uh, oh, so Bunny's saying if you snip the top off it, you can use it as a sun. That's a good idea. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought of that. Cutting the top off it. Oh, a bottle. So you got a sun, a bottle, and a bird perch all in one go. Now this one, again, you can see exactly how that card has been designed to be used. Really, really pretty. I feel like they all just come together so nicely. And the colorways as well. You can really make the flowers pop, or you can have like the focal point be actually on the card. There's just so many different ways that you can just mix and match the complete collection together. I think they just work so well. And then I like that one. Do you know bringing in different color cardstock as well? I feel like it changes the look of this completely. Like some of them that have been done, like that one now is done a lot more darker using the backing papers. It just changes the look completely. Right, now we are going to use the frames. for this one. Now I'm going to use the rectangle ones. Now you do get the outside batten layers. For this one though, I'm going to go straight in with the actual layer, which is the one with the frame. So we've got two of them, and you can see I've scored across the top of the one. And I'm going to glue this piece together. And glue that there. Bunny, do you know what I've just realised? I'm so disappointed. I hunted high and low this morning for my glue. And did you even ask? No. Ah. I feel like it's getting to the point where I need like a sticker sheet or something. It has. My glue has worked perfectly all day because I've got the right glue. Right. So what we've done next is I've cut out that panel again, and I've put the petal frame in. So we've got that lovely petal design in that one. And then the next thing I've done is I've cut it out again in the perfect paper in the orange, and I've snipped out the frame. Okay, so we've got two there, same one. Then we've got one there where I've cut the frame out, and we've got one here where I've added in the petal panel. So we've essentially cut four of the same thing out in different colours. Now this bit that I've cut away from the frame, I'm actually going to use because I'm going to pop underneath there. So you get that colour coming through. So you can see like how it covers everything but obviously the frame, because that's what we cut out. But you get that lovely pop of colour then coming up from underneath. So I'm going to pop that on there like that. So let's glue this down. So we've got that, and then let's glue, because what we can do now is now glue that frame on there, and that gives us the illusion of so many more mats and layers than we've actually used. But all we've done is just obviously snipped into them. So let's glue this in. Oh, I've just thought of a good question to ask everybody. If anybody's watching at home, message in and let us know if you have set yourself any New Year's resolutions. Have you got have you got one, Bunny? No. Oh. I don't think I could do that one with you. I might last maybe like 2 days. I definitely am not doing that one. I haven't got one. No, I feel like I need to set one, but I haven't decided what it is yet. I feel like I know. um, maybe you've got some good suggestions of a New Year's resolution. Yeah, or some like crafty related, or maybe you're gonna, I don't know, maybe try a new craft or something this year. I have told my daughter that this year me and her will try um crocheting, because she really wants to try crocheting. Um yeah, she did it in school. Although the thing she did in school I don't actually think is crocheting. And then I bought her a crocheting kit, and she was like, "That's not what I did." Well, I'm not really sure. I think they just did like a mix of something, like what they were doing, some project or something. But obviously she really wants to do this crochet kit now that I bought her. And it was like a children's one, and I thought it was going to be like really easy. You just like read the instructions and follow along. But it's really not, and I haven't got a clue what to do. So yeah, so I have promised her that me and her will try and do that at some point this year. So we'll try and give that a go. Yeah, I really don't think I'm going to be any good at it. Oh, so so Bunny's just saying that her mum tried teaching her, and it is quite tricky to do. Oh, well, we'll give it. I'll let you know how I get on, Bunny, when I eventually do it. Right now, I've added in that little trinket box, and I've just added in another one of the lid. So that really has that like 3D effect, like that's lifted up. And then I've got my jar and I've got my clock here as well. So let's add these in. I think I'm going to add that there behind it. So we'll pop that in. And I think I'm just going to like tuck that there. Like that. And then I'm going to add the clock in next. And I'm going to have that there. So that jar is just like peeking behind. And then I've got a couple of elements here. So I'm going to pop this. Actually, I'm going to pop it kind of under there. So let's pop that. I'm going to tuck that. You got me. I am going to be on Hobby Maker tomorrow. um, I Bunny's going to check what time. I want to say 1. But I might be wrong. She's having a check for us, so I can let you know. 1 and 5. So I am going up tomorrow. I'm hoping that if me and Benny were just talking about it, because obviously we're supposed to have bad weather again tomorrow, but I don't think it's supposed to start until late. So I'm hoping that I will have been and got home before anything starts. So we will be doing shows tomorrow. So you can have some more inspiration there. Right now I've got Joyful Wishes sentiment here. So I'm going to just add this on. Now I've cut the actual Joyful Wishes from that same orange that we've got from the perfect papers that we've used in the background. So for the matinee, so everything is nice and coordinated. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue on there and pop that onto that mat. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that there. So let's glue this down. I'm going to tuck that there. Now, I think you could leave that like that for like if you were making a mail card. Yeah, and Bunny was just going to say as well. So I think a mail card, I think that looks really lovely. But obviously, if you are doing it, we can add in now some flowers. So what we can do, I'm going to go in and snip into these. I'm just going to snip there and there. And then I'm going to snip that off as well, just to make that a bit shorter. So what you can do then is just go in and add some flowers. I'm going to pop one coming out of that jar there. And then add some more going across. And then I'm going to do exactly the same with this one. So I'm just going to follow that bit. um, Add these in. So I'm going to have that one going that way. So let's flip that around as we can. So I'm going to pop that there like that. Oh, maybe if I just thinking maybe as I got to, I don't know. I think it's just, I don't know. Let's see if we can, is it going to focus in? No. We'll see if it'll catch up. We'll go through some of the samples and we'll see if the screen will oh, it caught up then? Did it? Is it? Oh, okay. Okay, we'll leave it then. Okay. Let's go through the samples. Now this again I think would make a really nice mail card. Yeah, Bunny just said she really likes this one. I think just those dark colours, it changes the look of them completely. I just think it would make such a nice. Do you know, seeing that? I don't know why. If you cut out that window on the card shape in black cardstock, you could use that for a Halloween card. It could be like, ah, yeah, but it could be like a Halloween window, couldn't it? Yeah. Ah, she's getting confident now. Next time we do a show, we're gonna have like special effects and everything. But yeah, like just seeing that window, because the window's in that dark brown. If you did it, I can imagine if you did it in black also, you could use it with like our Halloween collections. And so it would be like a spooky window, or obviously do it in gold and it could be like a Christmas window. Yeah, you could even have like, oh, you could do like, we've got a cobweb. You could have like a cobweb in the window. And then like have the little spider coming down. There's just so many ways that you can change it. But yeah, seeing that like that in that dark brown, it would make a great card for masculine, more masculine cards. And then this is a nice way of showing how those flowers can actually be used in different ways, because the flowers are going around the oval of this. So you don't have to have them where they go up the window or they come out of the pot. You can just use them exactly like that one and build up your own little floral composition there in the corners. The bird really stands out on that one with just the clean background. Yeah, the artwork on the birds, they really pop. And then this one, you can see using that card shape again, but just having a side panel. I think that looks really pretty like that as well. Yeah, Bunny saying that one looks more like a feminine card. It doesn't, that one, I think when you do the window panel in white like that, it really does make me think like spring, summertime. Yeah, it's like the freshness of it and like the crisp cleanness of it, I think. It's just like it really does give you like spring, summer vibes with that. But then obviously you can do it in different color ways, like we just spoke about. But I do like that one. A little bird like out the window, look. And now we've got one here. I like this one. And do you know what? This is a nice one of showing how you can have the three birds together and it doesn't look overwhelming because you've got the three birds, they're in different sizes, they're stood in different poses as well. So they work together so well. And that's such a nice, yeah, that's such a nice way of showing how you can use the three birds and they do not overpower each other. They don't overshadow each other. They just work perfectly together. With the purple like that as well, it really makes the colours in the birds pop. And then we've got the frames here. Oh, that's a nice idea of having the clock on the perch. It's like a little table. It's like you've changed it to like a little coffee table. Oh my gosh, if you cut the middle stand out, it would look like a little table, wouldn't it? Because you've just got the two legs. You could snip the middle leg away and then it would just look like a little table that you could have the trinket box or the clock on, or you could even put the flower or the jar or anything on, couldn't you? And just use it that way. Oh, then this is the one showing the three together. So you can see the three um frames. I could not think of the word frame that. I was like, what am I trying to say? The three frames together. And then I do like this one because that's showing you how to put that window look onto like an on your on a card, so you don't have to use it as a car base every single time. Oh yeah. So Bunny's just said like that they've used in this sample the perch as a sun. It's like just behind the bird, in between the perch that he is sat on. You can see it in the back. Wow. It does look nice, but I don't think I would have. If you hadn't have said that, I wouldn't have thought of using it as a sun. But there we go. Right, right. You can see that okay now. Can I move? Yeah. Right. Uh, right. Let's. Right now, this one we're going back to the card shape. But this time I am using it as I'm using this centerpiece as a card shape. So this is going to stand up and that is going to be my card. Okay, so I'm going to just glue the top part of this, which is going to stick to there. So you've got your blue panel from the Perfect Papers, and then I've cut out that panel again, and this time I've added in that window. That's going to be the front of the card. And then next, I'm going to add in the Perfect Papers again in the next layer. So let's just add a little bit of foam tape on here just to stand this up from the base of the card. So remember, all of your layers are in the die for you, so you don't need to worry about trying to cut anything or try and measure any of the layers or anything. Everything's in there for you. So we cut this off, and then we can pop this on next. Maybe should I not put my hands in when I'm pulling the tape? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is it when my hands are there and I'm pulling the tape off? Am I? I don't know. I don't know. Well, we're nearly there. We've got all we got through all the shows, haven't we? We're nearly there. So and nothing went horribly wrong. Yeah. Well, you said it earlier, nothing went wrong. So I feel like it's just good luck now if I say it. Right, so we've got our car base. Now, what I'm going to do for this one is I'm actually going to use the frames, and I'm using the square. So the smallest square in that frame. So I've cut the frame out. So you've got the frame panel. And then I've cut that out again in the blush natural. And I've popped the petal panel in there. So we're going to pop this onto there. So let's just add a bit of glue on there. Just added a bit too much there. We'll pop that on. And then I've done the same one again, and this time I've in the blue, and then I've just cut the frame away. So I'm gonna just add this in, and then obviously I've got the blue frame over that lovely paneling, and then that blue coming up from underneath. So that will fit. Uh, so you can see there like that. Now what I'm going to do with this is I'm actually going to pop this on here, and I'm going to put it at an angle just like that in the center of my card. So let me just grab a bit of glue, and when I'm doing this, because obviously we've got that panel on the inside, so just make sure that you glue on these two edges. Okay, so only put your glue there in the corners, and then that is going to sit there like that. And now we can start bringing in some elements. So I'm going to bring in Celebrating You. So I've got the matte there in that blue, and I've got the blush natural is what I've used with it. And I've got Celebrating You cut out in that. So I'm just going to pop some glue on the sentiment, and then we can pop that on there like that. And then we can just add that on there. And then I'm going to bring in, so this is the one that I was just saying, if you snip that bit off, it would look like a little coffee table, wouldn't it? So you could snip that bit off and just have it like that. So I'm going to pop that there. So I'm just going to add glue on this side because it is going to hang off the card ever so slightly. So that's going to go there. I'm going to bring in my bird. I feel like I'm doing these like bad, not knowing what birds they are. You know what birds they are? Oh, but don't if it'll obviously mess the computer up. Yeah. She's gonna have a look for us. I'm sure you said one was a wren. I remember that. A long-tailed tit, a chaffinch, and a barn swallow. Hang on. Right, I'm guessing that's the long tail. Oh, oh well. So she's saying that's the swallow. Oh, so this is the long tail. Oh, I'd have guessed that one. I don't know why. Okay, so swallow, long tail, a chaffinch. There you go. I will not remember that at all. I've never ever heard any, apart from a swallow. I've never heard any of those before in my life. You didn't know either. You just tested me, Bunny, were you? Oh, okay. So she knew all of them. She was just testing me. So, all right, I'm going to add in a couple more. Now, I'm adding in for this one. I'm just going to go in and add a couple of little bits because I really like the clean, fresh look on this with the white and the blue. So I'm just going to add in a couple of the white flowers just to add a bit of detail kind of around the bird, but not too much that I was kind of pulling away. I really wanted the bird to be like the standout bit on you. And I think because everything's quite clean and fresh with the white and blue, the bird really does stand out on his own. So I'm going to add in just a few next to him and then stop. So I'm just going to lift that up, pop that there behind him. And then I might tuck in one more there, like that. Yeah, the window, it does, doesn't it? Yeah. It really does add a different effect as well. And do you know what else you could? Oh my gosh, do you know what I've just thought? Do you know with so you know the little trick I showed you in the card that we made at the start? Yeah, making like the box. So where is it? I'm gonna ruin this demo now, but bear with. Right, so instead of doing instead of doing it like that, like we did to make the box, so it's like that, still cut. So those tabs I showed you to cut on the inside to connect them, so still cut those, okay? But instead, fold that way and connect them like that. And then put another one there and another one there. And you're essentially making like your own like shadow box. You could have like 4 or 5 layers of those, and then you could have them like look how that looks with the flowers behind. Yeah, so you could just, and it's literally just a die cut. So you could pass that through with that tab at the same time, and then you just run that through, and then you can just glue them together while the machine then is going to pass through the other ones. So it's not, you can essentially make your own little shadow box. Yeah, I think that would look good building them up like that. Right, let's just have a recap of our brand new collection, which is the In the Sunroom collection. So you can see your full collection here. You've got your card shape, which is of the one I was just showing you, the one with that lovely window panel. And there's so many ways that you can mix and match that card up. But the card looks incredible when you put it together, exactly how it was intended. But there are so many different ways that you can mix and match that card up. It'll work in so many different ways. Those flowers, again, you can mix those in with other collections, bring them in on their own. You've got nice long stems on them as well, so easy to snip into. They just fit so well. They're nice colorways as well, because I feel like you could add a lot of different flowers in with those flowers and they'd work quite well together. Yeah. Then we go down, we've got our birds. Um the something long tail. Oh, I was like, I'm gonna get this. And they've come a long tail tit, a chaffinch, and a barn swallow. I'll have to write that down. And then we've got our sentiments as well. So you've got your three sentiments there. You've got celebrating you, sunshine, smile, and joyful wishes. So you've got lovely uplifting sentiments that again can be used with other sentiments as well. So if you want to use them for different occasions, they work. And then you've got your little treasures. You've got that clock. You've got the face head there that you can decoupage on, plus the little trinket pouch as well. Then not forgetting our frames. So these are also brand new today. These are your botanical lace collection. You've got your square, your rectangle, and your oval in here. This is the one that we just used in our last demo. There's so many different ways of using these. We have used them in every show. So if you want to go back and see more on these, you can. They are so incredibly detailed, and again, something that you will keep out all year. I don't see a theme that you couldn't use these with at all. They could be your Easter cards. Yeah, do them in craft card and oranges, and they're going to work for autumn. You do them in golds, they're going to work for Christmas. They're just an all year round, such a lovely detail card shape. And then we also have our perfect papers as well. So obviously these are going to coordinate perfectly with the collection. They work brilliantly. The perfect GSM to die cut as well. And obviously you've got that perfect colorway to coordinate as well. Right. Thank you so much, everybody, if you've joined us for our shows the last 2 days. Obviously, the shows have not been how we intended them to be, but with the weather being what it was, obviously, we just wanted to make sure that we still brought shows to you. So thank you so much if you've been with us for the last 2 days. I am going to be on Hobby Maker tomorrow at 1 and 5. So if you do want to see some more demos and see the collection in a bit more detail, then please do join me tomorrow at 1 and 5 on Hobby Maker. But hopefully me and Bunny will see you next Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday we have got shows back at Carnation Crafts TV. So hopefully